Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Mritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha, the ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, 18th Adhyay, and Sri Krishna has just now explained to us in our previous reading that how the spiritual aspirant who has attained to the state of Brahman, who has got the Brahma-jnana, who has become Brahma-bhutaha, how that aspirant, through the process of knowledge, Sri Krishna is explaining to us this thing. And ultimately, in our previous reading, he says that this spiritual aspirant, this yogi, this sadhaka, he attains to the state of, he obtains supreme devotion to me. So he started off telling all these things about the journey of the sadhaka, how the sadhaka is getting transformed from an ordinary soul, from an ordinary being to the supreme most perfected being, the Siddhim Param, that he has, the sadhaka has put himself in the position of, he has abandoned all the work now. There is no need for the sadhaka to perform any work. He has got into that stage of Naishkarmya Siddhim, which is the supreme most. And Sri Krishna had told us that he is going to tell about this attainment of the perfection, of the ultimate state of perfection, how it is same as attaining the Brahman itself. And that Sri Krishna took us through the process of jnana. He says, the param jnana, that I am going to tell you. And he told us that how on this journey, the sadhaka, the aspirant, the yogi starts shedding all those unwanted things. He starts abandoning. He starts renouncing all the things which are hindrance in attaining the Brahma-jnana. And through those 3 verses, finally Sri Krishna has told us that now the stage has come where this sadhaka, this yogi, this spiritual aspirant, he is devoid of any ego. He doesn't have any ahankara. He doesn't have any power as such to control anybody under his might, under his strength, under his power. There is no balam. This person, there is no darpam, there is no arrogance. He has become the role model of humility, the role model of humbleness. There is absolutely no darpam, there is no arrogance, there is no high-headedness. There is no desire for sensual enjoyments. Forget about sensual. There is no desire for even material enjoyments or the worldly enjoyments. There is no kamam. And since there is no desire, there is no krodham, there is no anger, this person is cool-headed. He will never get agitated. He will never get perturbed. He will never become hot. And parigraham, there is no gathering of the things, there is no accumulation of the things, there is no that attitude of possessing, I want this, I want this, I want this, that also is gone. And being such, vimuchya nirmamaha, his me and mine has gone. And Sri Krishna says, this sadhaka has attained such a peaceful nature, such a blissful state, that he has made himself, that sadhaka has made herself fit to attain the Brahmahood, fit to attain the Brahmajnana. And then finally Sri Krishna told us that Brahmabhutaha prasannatma na shochati na kankshati. Thus attaining the Brahmanhood, just getting that that Brahmajnana, the Atmajnana, that ultimate realization of becoming one with the Paramapurusha, Paramatma. Now this person, na shochati na kankshati, prasannatma, he is such a peace-loving, he is in a blissful state, serene-minded, completely engrossed in that spirit, serenity. This person now has no reason to grieve for anything if he doesn't have anything. Na shochati, na kankshati. There is no grieving, there is no desiring of acquiring anything. So the grief part is gone, the sorrow part is gone, the crying is over for that person, and there is no more hankering after any of those gains. Na kankshati, there is no desire. This person has become vigata spruha, he has become desireless. And then Sri Krishna says, samah sarveshu bhuteshu. Having attained this state, now this person is equal to all the beings in this universe. There is no high and low in his eyes. There is no pure and impure in his eyes. There is no holy person. There is no unholy person in his eyes. There is no blessed person. There is no evil person in his eyes. For this person, everything in this universe, sarva bhuteshu, they are all equal. They are all filled with the same consciousness of the great Lord. They are all filled with the essence of entire entire essence of the Lord is there in all these beings. Diverse they may be in multitudes, but it is the same Lord, it is the same Divine Mother, it is the same divinity which is getting expressed in all these beings. They may not be aware of that, but this knower is aware of it. This jnani is aware of it. And then Sri Krishna further said that for such an aspirant, for such a jnani who has got this knowledge of oneness of all the beings, mat bhaktim labhate param. Through this knowledge, this aspirant, this sadhaka, he has understood the real truth. And having understood the real truth, having understood the same existence in all the beings, he becomes supremely devoted to me. He attains supreme devotion for me. So see how Sri Krishna has brought out the concept from jnana to bhakti. He wants to tell us that jnana is not separate from bhakti. A true jnani who has attained this state, he obtains supreme devotion to me. That is what Sri Krishna says. He becomes a bhakta, a hardcore bhakta for that matter. So that was Sri Krishna's teaching in the 54th shloka. Let us see in 55th shloka. Again Sri Krishna has to tell something about this devotion which has now cropped up from that param jnanam, nishtham jnanam param. That is what Sri Krishna has told us. He's going to share with us this transformation of the sadhaka to the bhakta. How he has changed from that ordinary simple being. This sadhaka has evolved himself of becoming one with the Brahman through those three things. Through those three things of non-attachment in a detached manner. Through becoming jivat, controlling the lower self. Jitātma, controlling the lower self. By conquering the lower self and then becoming vigata spruha, becoming desireless. That is how this process has brought this sadhaka to the tune of getting that ultimate stage of perfection, where all the duties are over now. He is one with the Lord, he is one with the Paramatman, and Sri Krishna says such a person he obtains great devotion to me. Now talking about devotion, Sri Krishna further tells that bhaktyā māmabhijānāti yāvānyaścāsmi tattvatah tato tattvato jñātvā viśate tadanantaram. Bhaktyā māmabhijānāti. Through this devotion, Sri Krishna says, through this devotion, this sadhaka, this yogi, this enlightened soul now he is no more sadhaka. Now he has attained the ultimate knowledge. This bhakta, he has attained ultimate devotion for me. Bhaktyā māṁ abhijānāti. Through this devotion, he gets to know me. Abhijānāti, he knows about me. And how he knows about me? yāvānyaścāsmi tattvataḥ. He knows about me in truth. Tattvataḥ. He just doesn't, it is not that he knows me superficially. It is not just he knows me, okay, the Lord is so and so. Not tattvataḥ, in truth, in all its essence. This bhakta, through this devotion, he knows me, who I am. yāvānyaścāsmi, who I am. Sri Krishna says, he knows me fully, he knows me thoroughly, he knows me in truth, he knows my entire essence, not just superficially. That is the great miracle that the devotion does. It is not just hello, hi kind of interaction, then relationship with the Lord and the devotee. Sri Krishna says, he knows me in truth. Tato tattvato jñātvā. Thus, knowing me in truth, viśate tadanantaram, he forthwith enters into me. Viśate, he enters into me, he becomes one with me, he attains to me. So this is what great the bhakti is doing it now. Through jnana, this person has realized, okay, he is one with the Lord. That is the theory part of it. But through bhakti, realization. He says, through bhakti, the devotee comes to know me in truth, comes to know me thoroughly. There is no kind of barrier between the devotee and the Lord. The Lord sees through the bhakta, sees through the Lord through and through. Each and every facet of the Lord is now known to the bhakta through that great devotion that he has for the Lord. Nothing is hidden from the devotee. Nothing is kept away. Nothing is kept hidden from the devotee of the existence of the Lord. Each and everything is made known now. Tato tattvatah jñātvā viśate tadanantaram. And what happens when he knows me through and through? Nothing but this fellow is bound to enter me, Sri Krishna says. He is bound to become one with me. So see, what a great truth Sri Krishna, what a great secret Sri Krishna has unveiled here. That how can I become one with my chosen deity? This is the great process. This is the great, the way that the Lord has shown. Just through those three things. And what kind of transformation takes place in the spiritual aspirants? That the spiritual aspirant starts getting the jnana of that ultimate, gets the Brahma jnana, gets the Atma jnana, and then at the end of it, the bhakti sprouts through that jnana. As the bhakti sprouts, all that theory and the bookish kind of knowledge that the sadhaka has got is all over now. Now is the time to realize the ultimate truth. Now to get that ultimate enlightenment of how me and my chosen deity are one. And that happens through bhakti. So the jnana also leads to the same goal. Bhakti also leads to the same goal. Jnana gives the realization. Bhakti also gives us this enlightenment of how the bhakta and the Lord, they are one and the same thing. And then Sri Krishna says, with that bhakti, that bhakta then enters me. Nobody can stop them. Even if bhakta doesn't want to enter the Lord, nobody can stop. Even if Lord wants bhakta to put him in his place, Lord also cannot stop, because now there is no differentiation, there is no duality between the bhakta and the Bhagavan. So bhakta and Bhagavan have become one. By devotion, he knows me in truth. What and who I am, he knows everything about me. Then having known me in truth, then having known me in totality, then having known me wholly, not in bits and pieces. Not just, okay, the Lord is of this height or this color, with these many hands, with these things in his hands. Not that. Now each and every facet of the Lord is known to the bhakta. And then having known me in truth, the bhakta forthwith enters into me. Thereafter, there is only one thing that is to happen. That bhakta has to become one with the Lord. That bhakta has to merge in the Lord. That is the only thing that is left out then. So bhakta understands the Lord well because he sees with the eye of love. That divine love, that eternal love, that bhakta, that arises within the bhakta, that makes bhakta realize, who is this fellow standing in front of me? And then there is that realization that, oh, it's my own. It's not something different. I know this person. I know this being, the supreme being. I know everything about this supreme being. I know what tricks this being has been playing with me all these lives. Now I have realized. Now he can no more play the tricks. I know what this person is, what this Lord is, through and through. And now the Lord says, well, my dear child, come unto me. Now you become one with me. So having heard these things from Sri Krishna about how the knower of Brahman becomes Brahman, how the devotee of Brahman becomes Brahman, let us see what Sri Ramakrishna has to say on this. It has been quite a while that we have not read any teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. Today we have got this opportunity of reading what Sri Ramakrishna has told about this particular aspect that Sri Krishna has revealed to us. Sri Ramakrishna says, it is possible for the Jivatman to merge in the Paramatman. Yes, like Sri Krishna says, it is possible for the Bhakta to merge in me. This is how the process Sri Krishna has elaborated. And Sri Ramakrishna says it is possible for the Jivatman to merge in the Paramatman. He can then state that I and my Lord are one. Having come to that state, now the Jivatman can proudly proclaim, me and my Lord are one. That is the state to which now this sadhaka has reached, the devotee has reached. A devoted servant of the Master. Now Sri Ramakrishna is given an example. This is the typical way of Sri Ramakrishna's teaching, that he gives examples from our ordinary perspectives of life. He doesn't give any hard to understand examples. He gives examples of day-to-day life, which we day in and day out, we see such instances. Now Sri Ramakrishna is saying, a devoted servant of a master may in the long run be treated by him as a member of his family. Yes. So many times we have seen that the servants in our households, the old servants who have been part of our family as such for so many years, we start treating them as one of us, as one of the family. We no more consider them to be mere servants. Being quite pleased with his earnest service, the master may also install the servant in his place and empower him to execute the domestic concerns in his stead. a stage may come that the master starts treating the servant as one of his own, starts taking advice from him. What should I do? But the installed man declines that high office with compunction. This servant regretfully tells master, Master, you are master, I am your servant. I can't take up that position. I can't be so arrogant to get into that position of telling you something, you should do this, you should not do this. Humbly, with all humility, this servant declines to get into that position which the master has offered to him, in fact. Still, the master insists on his assuming that status, but the master is not satisfied. He said, Oh Ramu, you have been working with me all these years. You are like my family member. Tell me, what should I do? The master doesn't leave him just like that. It is in this wise that Ishvara claims the ardent devotee as his own. And Sri Ramakrishna says exactly in the same manner. Ishvara finally tells this devotee, Come, my child, you are not no bit different. You are not my servant anymore. You are part of me now. You are part of this family. You are part of this play now. It is not that I am master, you are servant. It is not that I am the Lord and you are the devotee. He first reveals his attributes and glories to the bhakta and then absorbs him in union. And then Sri Ramakrishna says, this is how the Lord's magic works. The Lord exhibits everything that he has. The Divine Mother, she shares everything that he has with her child and tells, are you inferior? No way. You are my child. Come, my child. And mother takes the child to her bosom and the child is one with the mother. The devotee is embraced by the Lord after sharing with the devotee all that he has to share. There is nothing hidden between the Lord and the devotee. All the veil has vanished. All that unknown aspect of the Lord is all gone. Now, the devotee Lord knows the Lord in the truth, tattvataḥ. And once that happens, the devotee has to merge in the Lord, must become one with the Lord. Nobody can avoid that. Then, viśate tadanantaram, Sri Krishna says, the devotee enters me thereafter, having got this knowledge, having got this devotion. So that was that is how the progress starts. And this is the path towards liberation. This is the path towards moksha that Sri Krishna is teaching us. So that was a wonderful teaching in the 55th shloka of this 18th adhyaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ram Krishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami Ji.